Morning. Morning. Hope everybody is well. Give it another minute for people to come in, but let me know if you're here, how you're doing. We'll get started in just a bit. Morning, Adam. Nice. Okay, maybe we'll get started, and then if people join, I can let them know. But morning, everyone. Hope we're well. If you're joining now, you're joining later. Yeah, we're going to do, as always, a bit of breath work to start, do some written tasks. We'll meditate and then we'll reflect at the end. And yeah, the theme of today that we're going to do is this idea of fitting in and what that means. Yes, I think that's what we're going to focus on today. More will be revealed as we go on, but yeah, make sure you have a notebook and pen somewhere nearby, and maybe some water or tea or coffee to the side that you can have throughout. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, great. I think we're going to start with a little face massage, just because I think we all probably need it. And I know I definitely do. So we're going to take our index finger and middle finger on both hands, and we're going to go straight for the jaw. So this big chunky bit here of the jaw, I find gets really tight, especially when wearing a mask. I don't know, I find like almost we start moving our jaw in a different way to keep our mask on, and then it can get really tight. So let's take some time to just circle this big part of the jaw. And then kind of circle the other way, giving as much or as little pressure as you want. Maybe you want to hold it on a bit and then continue. Go with what you feel, what feels good for you. And then we'll go to the temples. You can close the eyes or keep them open. And rotating in your own time. Nice. And then a good one, if maybe you are feeling like you have some cold symptoms, which aren't always COVID related, our sinuses get really tight, so this kind of area here. And if we push in below the nose and go all along the cheekbone, this is like a really good area of like relaxing that sinus area, which is getting into flu season. So we can push with our index finger and go up and along. It's not the most attractive, but it feels very nice. Pushing up and in. And you can even give your ears a bit of a rub once you get there. Do that a couple of times. And maybe we'll do under the eyebrow, so on the eyelid, just up towards where the bone is. So the kind of that ridge, the eye socket. Nice. And then above the eyebrow. And then whatever else you need, if you just want to give your cheeks a rub, or your forehead a swipe, or under the eyes, whatever else you need, maybe even your neck, giving the head a few circles, or the shoulders a bit of a rub, just doing whatever you need for the next 30 seconds. Lovely, and letting that go. And we're going to close our eyes. So wherever we're sitting, wherever we've chosen to be today, Always take a minute to notice just how you're feeling, how your morning's been so far, what maybe you've been up to, or who you've spoken to, or maybe you haven't spoken to anyone yet and you've just woken up. Noticing where you're at and what you've been up to so far and how you're feeling. Just a little check-in before we begin. And then physically checking in. We've already made contact with our face and we've already given our muscles around our face a bit of a rub. So maybe just noticing how they feel now after having a bit of a tension. And then going from the face and doing a body scan down the whole body, noticing every little crease and crevice and joint and muscle, and just seeing if any parts feel a bit tight or a bit tense, or maybe it feels really good today, or maybe you've noticed a difference in something. Just taking a minute to do a body scan from the face that we've just worked with all the way to the feet. Lovely. And then moving a bit more internally, noticing how your breath is this morning. So noticing your breathing. Oh, a boat outside just made a big noise. So noticing your breathing. Maybe if you haven't connected to your breath yet, just taking a moment to connect. And gradually we're just going to breathe deeper and deeper into the body. Lovely. And when you're ready, we're going to take a big deep breath through the nose and we'll forcefully exhale through the mouth. And we'll do that 3 times. So on each inhale, really filling the whole torso all the way up to the collarbones, filling the whole body. And on the exhale, really letting it all go. So inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Final big inhale. And exhale. And blinking the eyes back open. Taking in your space, maybe moving the body a little bit, grabbing a drink, and we're going to start doing some written tasks. So grabbing your notebook and your pens. Lovely. Okay. So like I said earlier, we're working with this idea of fitting in and whatever that might mean. And so for the first question, I would like you to write, where do you feel like you fit in? So for the first question, where do you feel like you fit in? Great, so finishing up that question, and we'll move on to the next one. So for the next question, when was the last time you failed? So when was the last time you failed? And that could be something really small, could be something maybe much bigger, or somewhere in between. When was the last time you failed? As an idea, yeah, whatever the first thing that comes to mind. Great. So finishing that one off. And for the next question, who do you go to for guidance when you feel lost? So who do you go to for guidance when you feel lost? Lovely. And finishing that one off. We'll move on to the final question. Take your time. Great. So for the final question, have you found a space where you are thriving? So have you found a space where you're thriving? It could be the kitchen. It could be with a certain group of friends. It could be at work. It could be at home. Have you found a space where you are thriving? There could be a few, or there could be one. It's totally how you want to respond to this question and how you feel. Have you found a space where you are thriving? Great, so finishing that when you're ready. Having another drink, putting your pen and paper down, getting ready, and we'll meditate in a second. Amazing. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of pranayama, so a little bit of breathing technique first, which I've definitely done quite a few times in my class, and I find it really useful and I really like it, so I thought we could do it again. It's just 3-part breathing. So you could place your hand on your chest and the other hand on your belly, if that feels useful, or you could have them down by your side. And basically we're going to breathe in to the belly, pause, in to the ribs, pause, into the chest, pause, fully exhale. We'll fully inhale, breathe out the belly, pause, breathe out the ribs, pause, breathe out the chest, pause, fully inhale, fully exhale. So you're just breathing in 3 parts. The pauses will not be very long, but you could just follow what I'm saying or do your own rhythm if that feels more useful. So we'll close our eyes and you can either have your hands on your body or your hands by your side. We're going to fully inhale, fully exhale. Inhale belly, pause, inhale ribs, pause, inhale chest, pause, fully exhale, fully inhale, exhale belly, pause, exhale ribs, pause, exhale chest, pause, fully inhale, and fully exhale. And letting the hands go, letting that style of breathing go, and just coming back to a deep breathing with our eyes shut. And during this meditation, if any thoughts come in that are distracting, let them in, acknowledge them, and we can let them go. Gradually, each time we're trying to get distracted less and less, but it does happen, and that is okay. We're not trying to be angry at ourselves from getting distracted. It happens. So while we're sitting here for Aisha, I'm going to offer up a few ideas for you to think about. So feeling like you fit in is exactly that, a feeling. If you were to draw it, what would it look like? If you were to draw fitting in, what would it look like? What colours would it be? Would they be bold? Would they be soft pastels? Would they flow and bend? Or be striking and bold? So what does your drawing look like? Is it what you thought it would look like? Is it quite surprising? And while you're looking at your drawing, you're thinking about it and taking it all in, I'm going to read a short quote. Fitting in is becoming who you think you need to be in order to be accepted. Belonging is being your authentic self and knowing that no matter what happens, you belong to you. It's by Brene Brown. I'll read that again. Fitting in is becoming who you think you need to be in order to be accepted. Belonging is being your authentic self and knowing that no matter what happens, you belong to you. Lovely. And while we're here, we're going to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out the mouth. All together, inhaling Exhaling. All right, each exhale, your picture in your mind is going to fade. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. We'll do one more. Inhaling. And exhaling. Slowly blinking your eyes open. Coming back to your space. We're just going to roll the shoulders backwards and forwards. Maybe rub the neck. You can rub the jaw and the face again. Nice. And let's come to our books and we'll write a word, a thought, a feeling, anything, any sort of reflection from that session. Maybe you want to take some time now and draw your picture that was in your mind, whatever it might be. Lovely. And while you're doing that, I want to say thank you so much for coming. If you're doing it now or you're doing it in your own time later on. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'm doing Stretch and Relax on Wednesday. If you are free, you want to come along to that Wednesday night at 8:30 on Zoom and YouTube stuff. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. You'll get automatic notifications of when these classes are happening. Like the video if you haven't already liked it, or if you have liked it, and drop us a comment. If you have anything you want to let us know, you can also message me privately or message Studio K if you have any questions or suggestions. And yeah, thanks everyone. I'll stick around for another minute or two. And I'll put the quote up on the members page as always. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, have a great week. Okay, I might end it there, but thanks everyone. And yeah, as always, like I've just said, message me if you need anything. And hopefully I'll see some of you on Wednesday. And if not, we'll see you next week. Bye everyone.